Welcome back, everybody, and we're continuing to look at the films of Tod Slaughter. Yeah, we've been going through this box set lately, and yeah, we're going to be looking at the next two films in the box set. The first of which is 1936's The Crimes of Stephen Hawke. Yeah, this is directed by George King. It's a historical melodrama, clocks in at 69 minutes long. The only other person I've seen anything from before in this film is Eric Portman, who was in The Man Who Finally Died, and a seemingly kindly moneylender who dotes on his daughter Julia, but he has a double life as a notorious spine breaker who is Victorian England's most maniacal serial killer, played by Tod Slaughter, as you'd might expect, and his nefarious activities are eventually detected by his daughter's suitor, Matthew Trimble, the son of one of his victims. Yeah, this is not as strong as Sweeney Todd, which was the second film in this box set that we reviewed in the previous video, but it is ultimately still an engrossing effort that is surprisingly dark in some areas, in particular when it comes to the intentional murder of a child by Slaughter's character, which is right near the beginning. The supporting cast is also decent, the pacing is on point, it is overall well shot, the final act is fun, and the dual life that Slaughter's character is playing is really rather well executed, as he's really good at this, really rather kindly money lender, but then when he becomes a maniacal serial killer, it's like a flick of a switch. He, yeah, really gets into that part of the role really rather nicely. And then from 1937, we have It's Never Too Late to Mend, which is from 1937, directed by David MacDonald, who I've not seen anything else from before. This is a melodrama, and yeah, it clocks in at 67 minutes long, so slightly shorter than the previous film. And it's about an evil prison administrator who cruelly abuses the inmates at his prison until one day the tables are turned. Yeah, this might not feature the strongest villain that Slaughter has portrayed, as yeah, he doesn't come across as quite as maniacal, or he's not chewing the scenery quite as much. But I think this works on another level because its depiction of psychological torture feels well ahead of its time, while it pulls no punches in showing how nasty a prison would have been back in the mid 19th century. And despite the villain not being Slaughter's best, he's still really rather good in the lead role, while clearly having fun with the role itself. The supporting cast is also good. I like how it switches up who the protagonist is, as you initially think it's one guy, but then he ends up sailing off to Australia, and it becomes this other guy. And yeah, but he eventually comes back, and yeah, influences the plot in that way. It doesn't outstay its welcome, and it is predominantly engrossing. Yeah, I'd say the first film in this on this disc is 3.5 out of 5, and the second one is 4 out of 5. Although I still rate both below Sweeney Todd, even though I've given this the same rating as Sweeney Todd, purely because I feel the Sweeney Todd character is a lot stronger than the lead character in this one, played by Tod Slaughter. But still, they're both really, really fun films, and as per usual, they don't outstay their welcome. They're all under 70 minutes. The flyby in terms of the pacing, and yeah, they're just really, really enjoyable films to watch, especially because of Tod Slaughter. Now, I can imagine his way of acting and his characters are probably going to be a bit hit or miss for some people. They might come across as too hammy, too camp, too much in one direction, but I really, really enjoy his acting style, to be honest. And this is probably just me, but he comes across as a mix of Vincent Price and Alec Guinness, to be honest, because yeah, he's got that kind of sly, wry look, and he really gets into that role like Alec Guinness does. But then he's also got the personality and the bravado of the likes of Vincent Price. Yeah, really, really enjoying these films so far. We've got four more to watch. And yeah, I hope those four are going to be as good as, if not better than, the previous four that we've already watched. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you've seen any of these films before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.